parking lot, and I'm gonna take you back to my spot. But we still got a little more time to rock. So would you dance with me? Dance with me.
I see you over there, just chilling with your girlfriends. Can't believe you're by yourself. You should be here with me, chilling with me, drinking with me, freaking with me. Oh, 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 yeah.
Looking at me, I can tell by your eyes that you're feeling me, and I really know you get close to me. So would you dance with me? Dance with me.
In my drop tops in the parking lot, and I wanna take you back to the spot, baby. Oh,
To us, so would you dance with me?
I can see it in your eyes that you're looking at the time. You wanna leave this part, and I know you wanna leave with me. To chill with me, to drink with me, to freak with me. Oh, baby, oh.
I can tell by the eyes that you're feeling me,
And I really want you to get close to me,
so would you dance with me?
baby. My drop tops in the parking lot, and I wanna take you. Oh, would you dance with me, baby? Would you dance with me?
Dance with me.
Yes.
Looking at me, I can tell
Tell
by
your
your eyes
eyes
that
that
you're
you're
feeling
feeling
me.
me, baby.
Close to us, so would you
Baby,
dance with me?
dance with me.
Tops in the parking lot,
Oh,
take you back to my spot.
and it's really good.
To us, so would you
Everybody sing along.
If you're sexy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're sexy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're sexy and you know it, and you really wanna show it. If you're sexy and you know it, clap your hands. Yeah, that's it. I can tell by the eyes that you're feeling me,
And I really want you to get close to me.
so much. Dance with me.
Baby, my tops out in the parking lot. Like the spot. Would you dance with me? Come on. And I tell in your eyes that you're feeling me. Close to me.
So would you dance with me?
Baby, my tops out in the parking lot.
Take you back
To the spot.
to the slow down a little more time to us. So would you
Baby,
dance
come
with me?
with me.
I can tell by the eyes that you're feeling me.
Oh, dance with
Close to
me.
me, so would you dance with me? Dance with me. Drop tops in the parking lot, and I'm gonna take you back to the spot. Let me slow down a little more time to us. So would you dance with me? Dance with me. I see you looking at me. I can tell by the eyes that you're feeling me, and I really want you to get close to me. So would you
Dance with me.
dance with me? Drop tops in the parking lot, and I'm gonna take you back to the spot. Let me slow down a little more time to us.
Yeah. TGIF, everybody. It is Friday, and I feel like, damn, Friday came really, really fast. Graveyard has been sucking ass, man. I'm all hyped up on coffee, monsters, and whatnots that I took like an hour before I left work. I had a quiz today. No, actually, it's a test. Quizzes would be something that I guess would just prepare you for the test, right? Yeah, I think so. I think that's how that works. So I think that was a test that I took. Well, anyways, the point is that I had to be up for it, and it was in the last hour before we left. And so I drank the biggest monster I could find in the vending machine. And then I loaded up on the free coffee that they give us. And now I'm wired to the brim. So here I am once again. I my choice on what I wanted to talk about, not really much. I was planning a stream for Saturday, but I guess I'm not going to be able to do it. Unfortunately, my brother wants me to go with him to go with his family on to Texas, and that means no internet for the foreseeable future, or at least not any that I'm going to be able to get on. So I'm just going to have to do something now if I want to do something. So I'm going to do something now. I'm not I don't have anything in particular planned. I don't have anything for real that I want to talk about. I did want to talk about a little bit of Ted's stream. I hope that he's around. I hope that he's here. If he's here, I hope he shows up. Because yesterday I didn't really get to see what happened because I was here with Ben. I did a live with him, and it was cool. It was fun. If you guys want to check it out, it was yesterday. It's 5 hours long, so pace yourself. it, it was fun. We talk about relationships, and yeah, that's my dog. We talk about relationships. We talk about some things. It's not a lot. It's not crazy. We end up. It's actually pretty cool. And believe it or not, if you get to hear the end, shit it. If you get to hear the end, we are. Would you stop, champ? What is wrong with you? Champ wants to talk as much as I do. Uh, there he is. If you guys get to hear the end, if you make it to the end, there's a little bit of a moment there where we kind of clash a little bit. But it's kind of what I'm getting at when it comes to the things that I want to do here because he's I don't want to say he's just one of these conspiracy dudes because obviously he has a stronger belief than just somebody who wants to like run away from the government. He 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 has his beliefs on certain ideals and it's cool and I'm okay with it, you know. I was open-minded to hearing them and we kind of have like a little bit of a back and forth. It's not the greatest but it's cool and we get over it. What's up, Bandit? Man, so nice to see you here, man. Thanks for showing up, bro. It's cool. I don't. I've never done the thing where I go back to YouTube to see what's going on there before I come back here. So I'm usually on the live stream itself. So I never see if there's more than anybody else in the comment section. But currently, I see Bandit, and I appreciate you for being here. Um, it I just want to say that this has been, a very productive week. What's up, Guadalupe? Guadalupe Guacamole, one of the best people on the internet. She's got my back. I got her back. She's one of my favorite people. Nice to see you here. It's been a good week. It's been a good week. If we can recap it real quick, we had the KFAR situation where he came on here and he talked about it. Now, one thing that I want to talk about as far as the KFAR interview, and it's not so much KFAR because like KFAR, he came on, he did what he did what we've been asking. Of course, some people don't find it satisfying. Some people would have liked more, or he would have liked him to go on a bigger channel. That's cool. Um, I feel like there's a little bit of cutting me down because I see a lot of comments that people talk about like and it's kind of frustrating because it's like I'm not I don't I'm not trying to be a jerk about it or anything because I know everybody should do their part and I just want to do my part and that's it. Yeah, I'm not looking for attaboys or people to slap me in the back, but when unnecessarily like you say things like oh it's a small channel or it doesn't count here or whatever. Look, the point is that I wanted him to say his piece on it. Not it has nothing to do with my channel. If I could have got him to do it in SV's channel, it would have been great. And believe me, you guys, and excuse my phone, believe me, you guys, I was trying super hard, super duper 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 hard to get him to get on SV's channel. And it just wasn't happening. It just wasn't happening. I was doing everything possible. So when I finally gave up trying to get him to get on SV's channel, I decided, you know what? The minute I get a chance to try to get him to come over here, I will try. And I definitely saw an opening the day that he was running his live stream and decided to do some things that would make me push him along. And it worked. I mean, everything worked. It's not so much a deception for him, but it's more like I think we had set parameters as far as like our our friendship is concerned and stuff like that. And I think we agreed that certain things we weren't going to say to each other. And I think he calling me intellectually dishonest was that pinpoint breaker that allowed me to speak on it as I did on here. And so he decided to come here to speak his piece because I believe he cares about me. I believe he cares that he cares about our friendship. If he didn't, I don't think that he would have done the things he did. So in that instance, I believe that was a win. Again, to the people like Stanley, to the people like no, excuse me, I was gonna say Bandit, no, Bernsey, who I probably wished a little bit more on it. Probably wish that he would have gone to another stream. I get it, guys. I mean, you guys are, Burns is a family. His family is knows about is have been in the military and stuff like that. They've done their service, and Stanley is a peacetime vet who thinks about it very passionately. So I get it. I get why you guys are not satisfied with that. And I would never say that should be satisfying to anybody. I'm just saying that, I don't think it's okay to just cut down my part in it, because I'm trying my best. I'm doing my best to give my part, and whatever that is, whether it be a small interview, whether it be contributed in any way I can, then cool. I will, and I'll do it, because I believe in Stone Vet's agenda, and I believe in Master Sergeant's agenda. As a matter of fact, I've this has made me kind of switch the way I see things, because I think stolen valor is a lot more important than these frauditors and anti-frauditors and all that other nonsense. Yeah, yeah, Bandit, exactly. And to be honest, I'm not the only one. I bet Stanley talked to him behind the scenes, because Kfar, to his credit, will have a conversation with you behind the scenes, regardless of how big your channel is or whether it's not, and he'll take time. So I do give him credit for being open to those conversations. I don't know how many he had with different people. I just know that if you come at him at a certain way, he'll listen and he'll talk to you. Now, is this like I said, is this going to be a kumbaya moment for everybody on that? I don't think so. And I don't and SV said it best, like we got what we wanted from him, and now that's like basically like cutting another supply line from Wrangler, right? Yesterday we were talking about World War II. We were talking about World War II, and a lot of things about World War II that I used to find interesting was a lot of like the little missions that were set to kind of bring down Germany, right? And those were like a lot of the supply lines. You had like the Battle of the Bulge, where you had this basically cutting off of a supply line, and everybody doing their best to try to keep them from not having what they needed. But of course, the Allies were. It's a great battle if you guys could look it up. But uh, it's that, you know what I mean? It's cutting off another person that I believe, and as we said, that that was a domino that fell on Kai's. I think it's the last one when it comes to him saying, like, having some sort of credibility within the anti-fraud community. um yeah. And so, since the anti-fraud community now, I think, has completely pulled all of its support from Wrangler. I'm not sure if there's anybody still clinging. But now that he's singled out and he's out there on an island, I think it's going to be a lot easier to pick him apart, because now that he doesn't have that waning credibility, he's gonna try to focus in on his last efforts here to stay on. And I think that I think this isn't the time to release the gas on Wrangler. I think it's time to push hard on Wrangler, really, really push hard, because I think that this is the time he's gonna be the most vulnerable. This is the time he's gonna try to pull all stops. You know what I mean? He's really gonna pull all stops right now. Like, he's not gonna he is gonna I mean, of course, he's gonna cry foul about everything that's ever done to hurt him, right? But this is when you push, when we should be pushing. Like I said, I know many people may not believe that KFAR is that keystone to get this Wrangler bullshit to end. But I think it's important, because I think a lot of the reason why he would invoke his name, or say, you know oh, KFAR, me and KFAR. Oh, I'm so sorry about my phone again. Sorry about that, guys. Uh, the whole thing about KFAR saying, "Oh, my people, KFAR," and I talked to KFAR and this and that. was because he knew Kfar was kind of giving it a little bit of a dismissal, a little bit of a silent treatment when it came to talking about him. Now that he did, and now that it's open, I mean, hey, dude, what are you gonna say now? You're gonna say that Kfar is your buddy? I mean, even the point that I tried to make as far as like him saying that he still communicated with him, Kfar really did say that he only communicated with him about the whole Ray Ray situation, which I don't know if anybody's heard anything or had any updates on that, but it kind of seemed to die out, hasn't it? That seems suspicious to me. I mean, it's like what's going on there, right? It's like, hey guys, you guys were making it a big deal. Now it's not a big deal. What's happening? Like, can you guys mention something? Can you say if she got another follow up email? I guess not, right? I guess it's not worth it now that you shook everything up. See, I think that Clash with Bao and a couple of other people, I believe, are other people who have channels, and it's just my theory. It's just my theory that I think that Clash with Bao is actually another YouTube creator from Canada, and he has a history with Ray Ray. If people know that history, and if anybody had to go at Ray Ray about anything, he would be the one to go after her because he has a history with her, and he actually had a tug of war with Frauditer Ram. Frauditer Ram used to have Ray Ray as a co-host, and anybody who ever followed Frauditer Ram knows about Ray Ray being there. Now there was a falling out between them for reasons that I won't say. I'll leave that to Frauditer Ram. I think he said it already, but I'll leave that to Frauditer Ram to say, and for Ray Ray to defend herself. However it comes out, that's their business. But there was a bit of a tug of war for Ray Ray in the background, and it ended up happening that Ram won that tug of war. But Ray Ray, after having a falling out with Ram, went back to that creator from Canada, and that creator from Canada, I guess, had another falling out with her because I don't know what happened. They used to do lives all the time. I have no idea. And so ever since then, Ray Ray has showed up in discords and in other people's stuff. She ended up falling with Hez or whatever, and now she's been there. Which I don't. Hez is a very accepting guy. He's a nice guy. He's a good guy. I don't think that he knew anything about the all that other history that I'm talking to you guys about. So I happen to believe that um now that Ray Ray was with Hez, um Ray Ray got something from that guy from Canada, and he did it because he was upset that Ray Ray came, went somewhere else, and so he, under the veils of hiding behind the people who are going after Wrangler right now, and possibly hoping that this would distract people from the actual person that's trying to dox her, or not trying to dox her, or maybe just intimidating her. I have no idea what that email was meant to be, because it's either one or the other. It's either that guy from Canada, and the only reason why I'm not mentioning who he is because I'm not sure, right? But I know it's a creator from Canada. And the other part is that I don't know if this was a thing that was done by Ray herself. I mean, I understand that that's a weird accusation, right? Like, oh, somebody sabotaging themselves. But I mean, if you really think about it, the people who stand to gain are not any of the people who are following SV, anybody who are following Master Sergeant, and any of the people who are following Ranger, for that matter. I get it. I know SV has made a point of saying that it's Wrangler who did that, but really, is it? I mean, I could see I ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot of personal stuff, Bandit. And to be fair, good question. Good question. I know for I could look. I'm not gonna I can't really share certain stuff that was talked to me about because that would be wrong of me to share something that was told to me in confidence. So I won't talk about too much about that. I will say Hez, we know that Hez is divorced. We know that. And and being the type of guy that he is, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Hez is the type of guy that I can tell he misses his wife. I can tell he misses his family. You know what I mean? You see how if you ever seen him when his kids are there and stuff like that, he has that that feeling of like he's a family man. So I wouldn't be surprised if he is. I wouldn't be surprised if he's in love with her. You know what I mean? MSG. No, you know what? I'm not. No, man. I mean, I don't want to really feed it to. You know what? I'll feed it to the degree of information that we know publicly, right? I'm not gonna go hard and talk about things that are the that are rough. Like I'm not gonna go that deep. I'm not gonna share secrets. I'm not gonna go with the because these things are personal, right? If it's about that, if it's about love and stuff like that, it's a little personal, and I wouldn't do that. Especially Hez. I don't think Hez is a goofball and Hez is a sensitive guy, but he's not a bad guy. You know what I mean? He has all good intentions, like so I don't think if anything came of this, I would say I would actually give it to Ray Ray and MSG. Thanks for showing up, man. I appreciate you being here. Um, I would say it would be more Ray Ray. I think Ray Ray has a bit of a sneaky side behind the nice side. She is nice. I mean, she's been nice to me. She's nothing but nice. So I wouldn't I wouldn't how would you say I wouldn't say that if she did do something like that, it would be only to try to help Hez. Of course, all good intentions could lead to bad things. It doesn't always have to be good. It doesn't always have to be, something that's nefarious. It could just be her trying to help along their channel and would you guys stop? Relax. What are you guys doing? I'm sorry, my dogs are fighting each other right now. They're not really fighting, they're just tugging or warring with a stick. What's up, Jim? ¿Qué pasó, güey? ¿Cómo estás, cabrón? Qué bueno que viniste aquí. Bienvenidos a mi casa. Me gusta que viene la gente. And Master Sergeant, you know what? Something that I've been, I've been meaning to talk to you about. Yeah, mechanics. Both of you guys. You know what? It's cool, man. You know what? I heard you guys are doing something. I think it's you two, right? That are doing something. If you guys ever want to come up and have a little chat up here, you guys want to share and go back and forth, whatever. I'm cool with it, man. Just let me know. I'll put the link down and you guys can come up, have a chat. Talk shit to each other in voice. It's cool, man. I'm good with it. I like it. Where was I at? Oh yeah, MSG. One of the things that I wanted to do on my channel, and I talked to Tats about it, and I've talked to Ben, the guy that I had on yesterday. What I want to do is I want to do a series of videos, and this is to help along your cause as far as looking for guys that are stolen valor. And I think having people who are well informed or at least enough informed where we can have them out there where if they do find somebody or if they do find somebody surfing the internet, we can call them out a lot easier because I think a lot of people don't have certain information, so it's easy for them to be fooled. Now, I'm not saying that this is it's like, people can't just look shit up, right? Because people can just look shit up and figure things out for themselves. But I think those types of searches as far as military information, people don't really get into it that much. They know that people want to be in the service as far as what they do and stuff like that, but I'm surprised as far as some of the information that people do and don't know. You know what I mean? So what I'd like to do is have a series of smaller videos, smaller lives, maybe 30 minutes, kind of like what you do, at most an hour, something like that, where I talk about certain parts of your service, not specifics, just questions about how things are run. Like I was talking to Tats about what a division is, what a company is. You know what I mean? Platoon. What's a platoon leader? Stuff like that. You know what I mean? What does an MOS stand for? You know, his division patch. Things like that, right? And so just little things so that people are informed in how to look at people who are faking it. So that if you find somebody on, like, and even though you're not military, you can say, yeah, exactly, that's exactly it. Thank you. I know there's a word for it. English is my second language, so excuse me. Military basics. That's right, MSG. But you see, like with Tats got the medic side of it, right? You've got you've seen like the big wigs and stuff like that and how they work, and as far as like saluting, and that's what I really want to talk to you about. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you got time, if you're cool with it. If you do, I'd like to leave you a link so we can kind of talk a little bit. If you don't want to, it's cool. I'm good with it. I'll keep bothering you on your stream and on other streams and stuff like that. It's what I do. It's my thing. So if you want to do it today, we can do it today. If you don't want to do it today, it's all good, man. I'm just happy that you're around. You're a great supporter. MST, Mystery Sausage Theater, absolutely. He talks big about you, man. He loves you, man. I got you. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. We can do it. We can do it sometime. I'm talking to SV and see if we can get something together. And I really want to talk to him about all that secret scroll stuff that he does. I think that's really cool. But it's always just to like give people an idea, like all that Bravo Fox stuff, and things like what does that mean, right? Because the thing is that since I like it, when I hear it, it sounds so complicated. But I do remember one thing. I do remember one thing from being a security guard. Okay, I was a security guard at one time, and I remember when they taught me 1010 codes, and too from being an officer that how 1010 codes work. And so once you get on the radio, and you're like 10-4, 10-19, 10-18, 10-15, right, whatever, and you get through all that. Um, when you're doing it so casually, people just start looking at you like, are you speaking some weird language, right? Like, what the hell? Like, what are you talking about? And I think I think that just teaching people certain things like that, like like a 1010 code, right? Would be enough for somebody to understand if somebody's faking it. Because sometimes when I hear people talking about 1010 codes, or like saying that they were officers and stuff like that, something as simple as a 1019 is like, huh, right? They don't know how to explain what a 1019 is. So it's like, oh, all right, so I kind of understand, okay, this person's faking, like just by knowing certain codes. So and neither have I. I don't know. Do the police still use it? I know I've heard it. I've heard it in California. I still hear 1010 codes. I don't know if you use them, but I do. I have heard them in police broadcasts in California. And now I'm over here in Oklahoma now, so I have no idea if the police over here use 1010 codes. As a matter of fact, Oklahoma PD has some weird cars, guys. They have LAPD and Sheriff's Department. They either have the SUVs or they have the Crown Vics. Or if you're fancy and you go to like the Palisades, they actually have Ferraris in like the Palisades and stuff like that. The PD has I think they have a McLaren and they have a Ferrari. And some of the highway patrol over there in like the Palisades have those really cool motorcycles. I don't know what they're called. I don't know. I'm not a motorcycle guy, so I really don't know what they're called. But they have those really cool motorcycles and stuff like that. Whoa, really? Okay. Well, I mean, I don't understand. Like I understand why we used to use them in the casino and stuff like that. I mean, when I was a security guard, I was working for a casino, so we used to use the 1010 codes because we didn't want people knowing we were going to throw them out and stuff. It was funny because like you'll get a situation with somebody who was acting a fool, and they thought us telling them like, oh, let's go have some cigarettes outside was wanting us to go have some cigarettes. It was hilarious. It's like, are you serious? You're acting like a jackass and you think we want to have a cigarette with you? You're out of your mind. But it's funny though, because and also most of the time it was drunk, to be fair to those people. It's not like they Really? Is that right? Wow, it's crazy. And that's another thing too. You know what? I will say I've been writing down certain accounts and stuff like that because it's funny because like certain accounts only pop up at certain times, and also if you pay attention, sometimes some accounts change, but they're still the same account. It's something the thing people should know about stock accounts, especially like people who make people who make stock accounts, right? One thing you should know about stock accounts, usually, especially if the people have a lot of them, they get lazy with it, right? It's too many to keep up. So if you ever want to discover stock accounts and the people behind them, just try to search as much as you can. Now, some people privatize them so that it's difficult for you to figure things out inside of that stock account. But you should always keep up with stock accounts. Like I subscribe to stock accounts on purpose because like that, whenever I see them pop up again or they're doing they're having activities, I know what's going on. It's kind of a way I keep myself informed. So whenever I see empty accounts or private accounts or whatever, I subscribe to them. It helps me like figure them out. That's good, man. You know what? I've decided that from now on I'm gonna try to be as honest as I can be. Now I'm not gonna give a lot of I'm not going to give a lot of myself, but I will be open about certain things and I'm going to be more open from now on. It's something that like I want to protect my anonymity to a certain degree. I think I've been there. Hey, sweet Melissa, it's so nice to see you here. I've seen some activity that I don't like, so I'm gonna try to protect my activity for as much as I can. But I'm not gonna be completely like quiet if things are going bad or whatever. I'm just gonna keep it to the degree that people understand where I'm at with certain things, and I'm also gonna speak out against things that I think are wrong, whatever. Like I'm not here to fucking disparage or to hurt anybody or to try to make them feel dumb or stuff like that. Like I'm hoping that I can be a channel that people can come to and sort out differences and stuff like that. I feel like it's important, but mostly if I can get certain parts of the internet so I can teach people certain things and we can learn together because I mean I'm not teaching anybody nothing, right? I ain't teaching nobody nothing. I have some experiences and we could talk about them and stuff, and maybe you get something out of it, but I really don't know much about anything. I only know about the stuff that I have done or what I will do, stuff like that. So that's where I'm at with that. And so that's why I say I'm gonna be more open. I'll be more honest, especially about my situation currently right now. I'm doing okay. I'm all right. I'm at a training session for a new job. It hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy. It's gonna be very very tough. But I'm taking it on. I'm taking it on because I feel like it's time. It's time that I move up in the career ladder. Like I can't be. I'm too old to be the guy that unloads the Amazon truck or even like I'm too old to keep doing these retail jobs that don't get me anywhere. I have to move up, and so it's it's been a lot. It's been a lot. Today I took a test about math that oh man, I hate math. I hate math so bad. Like if you guys ever want to stop me, put like a math equation and I'll just mess it all up. I'll mess it all up. But today I was like, you know what? I gotta do this. I gotta get this math test and I gotta do it right. And so I was doing all the tricks that I learned, all the like formula stuff. It's funny because when I was a kid, I used to always kind of harp on teachers and say, when the hell am I gonna use algebra? When the hell am I gonna use this shit? I'm not going to use this shit. Everything is multiplications, math, or whatever. I used algebra today. So, public school teachers, forgive me. I was wrong. I was so wrong. I used it today and it was something different. It was something else. But I remembered of a formula thing, and mostly because like it's the stuff that they teach you in school. Like it's what is it? Division first, multiplication, and then add and subtract. Like that thing. Kind of had it written on my arm, but it was okay to have it. It wasn't like I had answers. It was just like they were just like a cheat sheet, but since it was all computerized, we didn't have no paper or pen. I had to kind of like just like write things on my hand to remember. But it was good stuff, and I don't know if I did well or not. So I'll cross my fingers and I'll let you guys know on Monday what happened with that, because that was a long test. It was like something like 42 questions, and I had to pass it. I have to pass it. If I don't pass it, then I go back to being a janitor for this job. I started off as a janitor, so I'm trying to move up, and if I don't get it right, then they didn't say that I get a chance to do it again if I don't pass the class, because they've put belief in me, which is that's you know what, I'm gonna tell you guys something. And I get it. No, yeah, there is nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with being, a janitor. Not nothing at all being wrong with a janitor. I did it before I came to Oklahoma. When I started with this company, I started off as the janitor over there, and it was only for like maybe like a month, like not even that. And then somebody approached me about stepping up, and I said, well, if you think I can do it. And they said, no, we know you can do it. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I can do it. Oh, that's like, dude, I was like, in the sky. That's like when somebody puts belief in you, there's like nothing that could stop you. Once somebody tells you, I believe in you, it's like it's such a big feeling. You know what I mean? And I'm taking it and running with it, because I've never had a company back me like that. Never, never. I've worked at a 7-Eleven where I used to get a lot of encouragement from the manager. Turns out he just was doing it because he didn't like to be there himself. So he'd be like, "You can do it. You can run this place on your own." Yeah, and I'm out of here. But that was like probably like the most encouragement from I got from a place that I worked at. Everything else was always a fight, which leads me to the next thing that I want to talk about, because now that I talked about the stuff that I wanted to, as far as like the drama stuff is concerned, because I don't think there's anything else to talk about with that. I mean, like I said, I believe it's time to push on Wrangler more than we ever have. I think it's time to go at him harder than we ever have, because I think if we're talking about this in battle terms, I believe that his supply lines are cut. I believe that the only thing that's left to do is to get at him harder, for the people that are there to start realizing what they're following, right? So I don't think there's really much more to talk about. We know all of his secrets. Well, most of them. I'm pretty sure she has got some more stuff coming up. I mean, her and Wally. I mean, I know Wally's. He's waiting on stuff, and he's very diligent on stuff he's doing. I'm sure Shiz is too. So we're waiting. We're waiting on for those things to happen. So other than that, like, we pretty much know as much as we can possibly know up until now. And I don't think there's anybody else in the anti-frauditor community that's supporting him. So I think now is the push. I think now is the push to get him off of that ledge. You know what I mean? Just keep at him, keep the pressure, keep hitting him, keep going. At least that's my feel about it. I don't know. I mean, MSG is a better tactician than I am. I don't know. SV probably is thinking better. I mean, he's the people guy, so he'll know. I just I'm just my opinion is this is the time to hit the gas and go hard on them. But like again, I can't do as much as I've done. I can only keep supporting you guys and keep hoping for the best after everything's done. So now that that's out of the way, the next thing I wanted to talk about was, of course, the thing that people have been telling me to talk about, which is my time in jail, the things that I did, the felony that I got into, the conviction. Um, you know, Bandit. Yeah, he does. He has to. One thing about manipulators is that um they have to live in that fake world that they created. If they don't, they'll forget. The problem about liars, right, and people who are bad liars, the bad liars are the ones that lie and then don't think about it afterwards. Now, that doesn't necessarily that doesn't mean that that person isn't bad, right? It just means that that person hasn't is not going as far as and deep to manipulate somebody. They'll stop at some point because they think it's enough. Like if you ask somebody like, "Hey, are you married?" Right? And because they just want to have a one night stand with you, they say, "No, I'm not." And then you have a one night stand, and then after that, they don't feel like they need to lie anymore, so they scoot along, right? But people who believe their own lies have to, because they live in that. There, he lives in his own crap, right? He's taking a shit and he's just like swimming in it, and he knows he has to, because if he doesn't, then people will discover him. So he stays hidden in the shit. He's he just continually shits, the smell is so pungent that nobody can tell whether it's fresh shit or it's old shit, right? And he just continually lives in this because that's the only way that he can continue the manipulation that he continues. Now, there's also a thing about the people who are being manipulated, as far as like if they are, or if this is a willingness in their part because of either the hatred that you have. Yeah, I know. um it's like the willingness that you have to accept, to accept what's happening. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's a willing participation in that manipulation, or if they really are being manipulated. That's kind of one of those things where you wonder about, like, with the guys like David Koresh, like how much was it a manipulation, and how much it was him being being helped by other people who were playing along with it, right? Yeah, I mean, it's funny. It's crazy though, but like, I always say things in nature kind of inform us as to what our actions should be. Like, and even animals know better than that. It's crazy. It's crazy how it's like. I don't see how he can continuously have the same kind of support. I don't know if he's buying subs. I don't understand how that works. I mean, I know Coded, he does the whole thing with Dan, and it makes sense when Coded talks about it. Like, Coded, he has probably a really good idea of how people do that. I don't know if he learned it from somebody else or it's just the information that he's gathered, but it's like he understands how that works. It makes sense when he talks about it with Dan. With Wrangler, I don't know. I don't know. I wish I could suss it out, but I have no idea. I mean, I already said I was terrible with math. So for me to try to suss that out on my own, it's not happening. But it just plays with my head consistently that this guy continues to either gain subs or to have the subs that he has. I mean, then again, this is talking from somebody who has 179 subs on his channel right now. So I feel every sub that leaves and comes, right? So when you unsub, I feel it. If two people unsub from my channel, I feel it. So if, say, 30 people unsub from his channel, does he feel it? Does it make a difference to him? How much does that hurt? Like, I wish I could suss that out, but I can't. Like, I really don't know. Did he? And I would need. Oh, okay, MSGA. You have a good morning, and thank you, sir, for coming on. Dude, I can't say enough how much I appreciate you, and I hope those tips that I gave you for your FPS is good. I've never played the one that you're talking about. I mean, I've played COD. I played most of the more popular ones, but that one I haven't played. I probably will, just to give you more tips. I have been in a COD championship before, so you're getting tips from a good player. I hope that you have a good morning, and you let me know if you need any more tips, and if mine's even did anything for you. Yeah. So someone needs to explain to me how buying subs works. Not that I want to buy subs, because I don't think. I mean, one thing for sure that I have noticed. One thing that I have noticed about um one thing that I have noticed about subs and people who supposedly buy them, right, is that the whole view thing is a good way to suss it out, right? When you have, like, say 10K subs, but your views are like at a, like, say 100 views, right? That's obviously something is going on there that's not right. Something is not, happening that should be happening. People are being deceptive in some sort of way, because it's like, how do you how do you have 10,000 subs but only get 100 views, right? I mean, somebody like, I see people like Artist Corporate Fiction, who I think he's already hit the 10,000, and he'll have a live stream, and he could have easily up to 200 people there, 300 people there, I think. So I think there's something to be said about people who buy subs and stuff like that. I actually got something from YouTube that was like about buying subs, which was kind of weird. But I don't even know if it was from YouTube. I just read the email and I left it alone. I Ever since I started my channel, wow, you can buy views too. You see, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is where I'm like, I didn't know none of that. Like, you can buy views, but you see, that to me is so pathetic. Like this is why like I don't want to do anything like that. Because it's like, how pathetic is it for you to artificially create something that you think people like? It's like you're lying to yourself. Like, that's like the biggest lie to yourself that you could possibly do. It's like, look at all my friends. They're imaginary, bro. They're imaginary. They're not real. Like like, if you know what, if my channel could ever get something like as big as Codeds, like something like Codeds, I'd be happy. I'd be to the brim with my channel. Like, I wouldn't need anything more than that. Because it's like, I want to have enough people on so that when I have a live or when I put something out there, it gets eyes. But I don't necessarily want the trouble of somebody who has like fucking over 100,000 subscribers. That's a lot of work. That's a lot. That's a lot of that's a lot of people that you have to respond to. 100K. I get it. I get it. People make stock accounts and stuff like that. So maybe for every thousand, if you count stock accounts, for every thousand people that you get sub, put it that 100 of them are stock accounts, right? That's still 900 people that you have to respond to with something, right? That you have to create something for. That's a lot of responsibility. Why would I want that? You know what I mean? That's crazy. Yeah, very pathetic. I know. uh, no, you don't, GMK. You know what, GMK? You, sir, are hilarious. You're smart. And I think you should start coming on and doing your own channel. I've seen you running the chats, and I think you should, man. I think you got a good personality. I don't know if maybe it's a voice thing, or maybe you don't want to show your face, or maybe because you have a practice and you don't want people to know that you get on YouTube and act a fool. But I think I've seen enough of your personality to know that I don't think you need to buy anything. I think you should just go ahead and be out there and just do what you got to do, man. I think people will follow you. Honestly, I think most people will get followed. I mean, I have a Snapchat, right? And that Snapchat got 5,000 subscribers. I don't know what that means because all I got is pictures of my cat. So it might be just people who like cats, right? And if you think about it, how easy is it? How easy is it just to have like to make a following out of the most simplest things, right? Now, of course, I don't think a Snapchat subscription or subscribers in Snapchat are lucrative whatsoever. I think they're probably shit because I haven't received no monetization stuff or whatever from Snapchat, right? Or maybe they just don't have a partner program. I don't know. The only thing I got from my Snapchat subscribers or getting that amount in Snapchat subscribers is LinkedIn sent me some stuff. That's it. Other than that, nothing. Right? I don't have. Oh, are you talking to GMK? What his TikTok is? GMK. People want to know what your TikTok is. We approve of acting a fool here. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. You know what? Don't be. Don't be. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something from experience, okay? Because one thing you should know about me, and one thing everybody should know about me, I look for experiences. I look for things that I see. I've been in the YouTube communities for a long time. I follow a lot of people. There are actually some content creators that I won't speak their names. They are close. and they have big channels. And I know about all that drama. I know about it, and it's one of two things. It's either you either feed into it and let it melt you down, or you can ignore it depending on what it is. Like sometimes it's nothing. Sometimes it's petty stuff where you can ignore it and nobody's gonna hate you for that. But some things that need to be addressed, like as far as like your integrity and stuff like that, if you ever need to address that, just address it. Just address it. Don't get away from it. Shut up, guys. Hey, hey, stop. Just address anything that's that gets you negative views, or excuse me, not negative views, that hurts your subcon or whatever. Just address it, because most of the time people just want to hear you talk about it. People want to hear, if it's some sort of drama, they want to know what's going on with you. So it's just easier to be honest about it. If it's something in your past, just put it out there. I would say anything in your past that you feel like could come up later, just say it. I mean, who cares? I mean, if it's over, it's over, right? I mean, like I said, I was just about to talk about the felony that I got into, but it's like thank you, man. Thank you. And you know what? This is the thing that I want everybody to understand. Like, if you come on somebody's channel, or if you see people on panel or whatever, right, and they're claiming to be something, that's like the biggest projector of what they're not, because people always project the thing that they want to be more than what they are. I have been told I'm funny. I don't try to be. I only am because I believe that it's a defense mechanism that I built ever since I went to anger management. Um, when I was a kid, up until like the age of 25, I was hot-headed, mean. I could even say that I was mean-spirited. Like, I had a lot of bad thoughts. Mostly it's because I dealt with things that a lot of people didn't have to deal with. And I wish every day, that I would have been more kind in my younger years, because I think that I hurt a lot of people that probably didn't deserve it. I was just in my head. And so, one of the things that I learned was how to laugh at myself. I learned that laughing at yourself is very important. So whenever you feel like you're getting to a situation where it's like, fuck those guys because they don't know me or they hate me and stuff like that, take a minute to laugh at yourself. When you do that, um, it just kind of like disarms you, right? And you open up. And when that happens, it's like, you know what? I'm fucking being silly. I'm being silly. I'm being weird. Like, what the fuck? Like, stop it, dude. Like, you know better than this, right? And it's that kind of conversation you have with yourself that makes you like end up doing something like what SV did with KFAR. I could almost imagine that kind of conversation happening. I can imagine SV, talking to the pit bull inside of him, going, dude, what the fuck? And then the pit bull going, because he does that Kimmy voice really good. and I always imagine SV having a Kimmy voice in himself that goes, and then like he calms himself down. So personally myself, I think that that's the most important thing when it comes to finding humor in things, is that it begins with you. You laugh at yourself, you look at yourself, and you look at the things that you would make fun of on yourself. Then after that, it just becomes easy. It becomes an easy thing to just like put it out there and just have fun with it. You know what I mean? um I consistently am trying my best to not be the person that I was for the first 25 years of my life. And I hope that I'm winning in that aspect, because like I said, I don't want to be angry. I really don't. I really don't. It's stressful. My blood pressure has gone down. Could you? I mean, I want to tell Lupe, because I don't remember exactly the I don't remember exactly the blood pressure that I was at when I was 25. It was really high though. It was really high, and it messed me up. It messed me up physically and stuff like that. But it was always up, and they would the doctors would tell me like, dude, you need to like take it down a notch, like relax. And I would even get mad at the doctors for telling me that. But you know what? I had to do it. And now that my blood pressure is down after taking medication for blood pressure for like I would say like the past 5 years, and I've kept it down and laughing at myself and trying to be cool about everything. My blood pressure is doing great. And actually my health situation is getting a lot better. Um, yeah, it does. It does. Hypertension is a real thing, guys. Hypertension is a real thing. And if you ever, let me tell you something. If you're a hot-blooded person, if you're hot, like like let me tell you, because there are people who are cold. Okay, there are people who like my ex-girlfriend. Her hands will be cold all the freaking time. I don't know how that was possible, but even like on a hot day, her hands would be cold. I don't know why. But me, I'm hot. Like I'm, and I don't mean that like I'm hot. Like oh, I'm fucking hot. I mean, I'm hot. Like I'm always like I always feel like I need to I can't wear a sweater for too long because I feel like I'm burning up inside. I have to take it off. Um, and so like even I'm that one person. And I don't know if you guys have seen this. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I'm the type of person that like if we're like at the park playing ball or whatever, and you'll catch me on a good cold day, you'll see the steam rising out of my head. Like I get this steam that just is like building in my head, and I basically look like a joint or a blunt that's being smoked, and I'm just like like it's just coming out of my head. So that's how hot I run. I'm like hot blooded. I think it's a Mexican thing. I'm not sure, but I'm just always running hot, and so it's I think that contributes to it. Oscaro, so nice to see you here, buddy. I love it when you're here. Yeah, well, I mean, it's because I don't know why I'm like that. I don't know why I'm like that. It's like anywhere that I go to has to have a good air conditioner, or else I'm sweating all over myself. Like, um, my grandma had the same problem, and we used to commiserate about it all the time. Like me and her would be like sitting outside of the porch like two little ninnies, like, oh, it's hot today, it's hot today, because we would just get all this bead all over us and stuff. My grandma hated her sweat so much that we actually got into a system where I would tell her where the sweat's beating up on her upper lip, because we just start sweating. Like it happens on my forehead. It just beads. It's like, wow, like why am I sweating? I'm not doing nothing. All I did was pass the vacuum. Why am I sweating? It's a curse, damn it. Be a duck. Be a duck. I don't know what that means, mechanics. Help me out with that. No, don't undress Jerry. You don't want to undress Jerry. The last thing you want to do is undress me. You guys are killing me right now. Oh, be a duck, not a dick. Okay, I got you. Always be a duck, not a dick. I like that. I like that. I'm trying. I'm really trying. Um, yeah. So as you know what? I'm not gonna lie. The first thing that I liked about Oklahoma was that it was windy and cool, and I walked my dogs, right? And I still sweated. Don't get me wrong. I still had some precipitation, some condensation happening. I still had that, but it wasn't as bad as in Cali. Yeah, I'm in Cali. I had the whole, like the whole sweat thing where you get like a shirt and it's like all the way, like you basically look like you just went through like the water the water ride in Disneyland or something. You know what I mean? Like I just looked like I was drenched. And people would actually ask me like, "Did somebody hit you with water balloons or something?" Like, what the fuck, man? Like, what's going on here? And I'll just be like, "No, I'm just sweating." And then of course I always get that. I'll never forget one moment that I had with my ex-girlfriend a long time ago. I had gone to play basketball, and it was a hot, hot, hot summer day. And so I sweated so much that the gray shirt that I was wearing when I was done was drenched in sweat in such a way that it was black. So I started off with a gray shirt and ended up with a black shirt, right? And so before she got there, I was dabbing the sweat on my head with a towel, so I got it all off and everything, and I looked like I was cleaning. So my shirt, you couldn't see how sweaty it was. It was like so drenched that you couldn't tell if I was sweating or not. So she came and she gives me this big hug, and and I and she just and all you hear is a splash, like whoa, and she's all like, are you sweating or did they trench water on you? I'm all like, babe, that's all sweat. And she was like, what the fuck? And I, I turned her, I turned her top, and I was all like, hey, I didn't know we were making this a wet t-shirt contest. It's like it was drenched. I was drenched. That was bad. That was bad. Let me see here. You like cold winter, a place for you. Snow, ice. Wait, wow, mechanics. Where do you stay at, bro? Where you staying at, man? You in Alaska or something? I had a friend who lived in Alaska. Uh, and I went to go. Well, I wanted to visit him. I never went. I never went to visit him in Alaska, but he had one of those fishing hole campsites in like I think Seattle, I think it was, or basically like in Oregon. And I went to go visit him there. And that was the coldest I ever dealt with. Oh, you live in Canada? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I that was the coldest that I ever dealt with was being in that campsite with the little hole where you fish. That was terrible. That was the first time I ever felt like my toes like cold, and my toes are rarely ever cold. Let me tell you guys, but that day was the first time I ever felt that. It was so annoying to have my toes being cold. Like I kept telling them, bro, like we got to get like a heater for my feet or something, man, because this is killing me. Like this, my toes are just dying here. And he was just like, stop being a bitch. No matter how tough you think you are, you always got a friend that's gonna tell you that. Okay, just so you know. Okay, no matter what, no matter what, I don't care how tough you think you are. SV's got probably somebody who tells them that. I know there's always somebody who tells you stop being a bitch, and that's exactly what I got for complaining about my toe frost. Oh man, yeah, but what do we got here? Trucker Ron. Oh, right, right, yeah, yeah. Well, mechanics is telling me because of Canada. Do you guys have any places in Canada that are kind of warm? You know, like you guys don't have any tropic areas, like nothing. Uh, um, I mean, I do see a lot of people wearing jackets in Drake's videos, so I'm just saying. I know he's not the end all be all of Canada, but that's that's probably like the most pop stuff that I've seen from Canada. Oh, really? Really? Is that what that is? So if the core is cold, then your hands and your feet get it first? Is that how that works? Yeah, but you know, yeah. So yeah, that's kind of like my experience with cold. I don't know. I'm not good with it. I mean, I'm not good with like cold to the point where like we're talking about frostbite and shit like that. I don't think I'm good in snow because I remember I used to go we have Big Bear, right? Big Bear makes artificial snow and stuff like that. And I used to go do the snowboarding, the little skiing and stuff like that. Now, I am better with skis than a snowboard. It's kind of funny because um some people tell me that skiing is a lot more complicated, but for some reason I took to skiing better than I did snowboarding. Snowboarding was the first thing I took to because my brothers who used to be skaters, they would always give me like the big long board to kind of like follow them along because I was a heavier guy. I'm bigger than my brothers. My brothers are like traditional Mexican size, right? They're like the traditional Mexican pinto beans, and me, I was like this big old dude, and so I always got this big like weighted like wide skateboard, and people used to tell me like, "Oh, that looks like a snowboard," and I'll be like, "Really? You're an asshole." But I was like, you know what? I need to, I want to get, I want to get I want to do it on snowboarding because they say that I'm basically riding a snowboard. And when I went to go snowboarding, all I did was fall on a snowboard. All I did was fall. All I did was slide. Uh, I had one fall that I hit a rock that was terrible. And that day, I remember I was like, I felt like my. What's funny is that like when you really fuck yourself up in snow, it feels like you're burning. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if that's a response of the brain or something, but it's crazy that when when you do really hurt yourself in snow, it feels like it burns. It feels like ooh, like this stings more than it is cold, right? I don't know if Lupe can tell me anything about that, but it does. I remember I messed up on a one like kind of like little area where people were sliding down, and I completely fell out of the track. And when I fell into where the real snow was at, not the fake snow that they had put out, but I fell into the real snow. It was hard, and so I tried to lift myself up, and I slipped, and then I fell forward, and I hit a rock. Boom! I remember I tried to catch myself, and it was all forearm. Like my forearm ran straight into the rock, and then my face fell into the rock, and then I pushed off on the rock just to slide on my back and then fall sliding down my back. And after that, when I got up, the whole bottom of my forearm felt like it was on fire. I felt like it was burning really, really bad. And oof, that was terrible. After that, I didn't want to go back until I got on skis. And I don't know, for some reason I took the skis like they were something easy. I don't know why. Ah, okay, yeah, okay, I see. I yeah, is it? I don't know why a lot of people were saying that. Well, a lot of my friends, at least, I don't want to say everybody, right? A lot of my friends were like, dude, you took to skis like you were born on them, and that the snowboard, I couldn't like just something about it. I think it has more to do with that whole shoe thing on a snowboard. You know how it has that like that built-in shoe that you have to put your foot in. I think that really fucks me up. The skis have the little like kind of like sandal shoe thing, and I think I could deal with that more. I think that's what it is. I'm sure that's what it is because that boot thing on the snowboard, it really messes me up because it kind of straps to the top part of your ankle, and I don't know, my ankles are limber. They're not really that. I haven't beat up my ankles too bad, so I can really like move them around. And I think I like that about the skis. The fucking snowboard doesn't let me do shit. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, yeah, heck yeah. Um, I'll say some of the worst pain I felt was in snow. Some of the worst pain I felt was in snow. That's why I don't think I'll do good in it. Like if it's snowing, but I don't know how big it snows over here in Oklahoma. I'm good with the cold. I'm good with the cold wind. I'm good with the cold the air. Yesterday it was raining hard and there was a lot of thunder and lightning, but that's not outside the realm of California. We get that too. I just think the lightning look cooler though. Like you get that cool like you get that like like you get that lightning that looks like it's coming out of Raiden. And excuse me if you guys don't know who Raiden is. I'm pretty sure you do. I mean, we're all part of like kind of the same era. So if you played Mortal Kombat, you know who Raiden is. You get that it's like, whoa, ooh, ooh. I was like looking at it like, I mean, it's the 4th of July, like, oh, oh, how nice. That's so stupid. Why do we do that? Why the fuck do we do that? Why the fuck do we stay oohing and awing over fireworks? I mean, we've seen fireworks 100 times over. Why do we do that shit? Why am I so stupid that I fucking stay looking at some fucking fireworks up in the sky? Like I'm just like, oh, that looks so pretty. Why do we do that? Like I swear to you, I see fireworks on the TV and I'm just like I switch channel, right? I don't give a damn about it. during 4th of July, like like I'm not even thinking about them, whatever. The people are popping them, whatever. But when I'm stuck in a situation where I have to see them, like I'm I'm watching say like a Dodger game, or it's not gonna be a Dodger game anymore. But whenever I went to like a game and they would do the fireworks, or like yesterday when I was stuck just like looking at the rain and seeing the lightning hit. Why do we do that? Where we just stay stuck, just looking at something pop in the sky, like, oh, why do we do that? I don't get why we do that shit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, more flexibility. Oh no, running, hell no. Running, hell no. I do not run. I do not run for shit. For somebody who likes to play basketball, I do not run. I used to even play football. I don't like running. I hate fucking running. I can't do it. I gotta be being chased by something. Like I can't just start like, okay, let me just start running. My body tells me, what are you running from, you bitch? Like, stop fucking running. I swear, it becomes so hard to do when you run. I don't. And you know what? I don't even know if it's a knee thing. And let me tell you something, Lupe. I'm getting older, and my knees are starting to do a thing that I do not like. They are starting to swell. They're starting to swell, and it's really pissing me off. It's really pissing me off because I've never had to deal with it. They're doing this thing where like they get like after like say playing some ball, after like playing with the dogs or whatever. I'm starting to get this thing where they swell, and it's like, why? I'm not even hurt. And I put ice, and I like I try to like treat them or whatever, right? But like it's really annoying because it'll take the rest of the afternoon for the swelling to go down, and then like it'll be a day of like a little bit of soreness, a little bit of pain. But it's like, oh, like I get frustrated because it's like there's no real injury there. Like there's nothing that I can, well, at least I can see. Maybe I should go to a doctor. Yeah, man. Maybe I should go to a doctor. But they're starting to swell. They're starting to really swell. Like I've never seen this before. Oh, okay. So I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing the right thing then, because I do like I'll put ice, but like the thing is that when they get like that, I don't stay seated because I did do that one time. I did do that one time when they got real swollen. I said, you know what, I'm gonna get off my feet, but that ended up being worse because my knee was getting real stiff, like, and then I tried to get up and it felt like I had rocks in there. So I don't stay seated when I start feeling like that. I just start like walking around a little bit more, like putting my knees up. You know what I mean? Like trying to stretch them out and stuff. Like but they get so fat. Like like I'm used to seeing my knees like kind of bony because I got kind of like a bony knee for a fat guy. I have a bony knee. But it like when it swells up, it looks like it looks bad. And then at first I thought I was kind of hurting or whatever, but it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt at all. It just it gets in the way of my walking. It gets in the way of me doing things because it just feels stiff, and I can't walk properly. Hey, what's up, Burns? Did you just get in here? How long have you been here, man? Nice to see you, bro. Thanks for coming along. Hey, man, if you want a link, I'll shoot you a link if you want to come up. Then rest. Okay. Rest, ice, compression, elevation. Gotcha. Got you. A tip from the nurse Lupe. And Lupe, as you being a nurse, I you know I do want to have a kind of like a medical life. I don't know if you're down to do one. Like I said, I want to have little informative live videos that where if people are not going to go out and do the research, at least have some sort of basics to understand how things work. Um, uh, and if like if you can, I'd like to coordinate something where we could do something like that. Talk about talk about things like how to take care of yourself physically with back pains and stuff like that. and the signs that something might be happening to you that are a little bit more important to catch on early, stuff like that. Well, you didn't sound that bad at tats, but okay, it's on you. If you don't want to, it's cool. I get it. Just rest up that throat. And it's usually from what I know, it's usually the what do they call it, the phalanges. What do they call it? The where the white blood cells come from that get your throat all swollen. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Lupe up on panel now. I mean, if she wants to, I'm always down. I'm always, guys. Unlike how everybody treats me, if you guys ever want to come on panel, all you got to do is put your hand up, say hi, and I'll do it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I believe my dogs probably got out. That's why I'm getting called. Hang on. Hey guys, sorry about that. My dogs got out, so I had to go run and grab them. It's terrible. That oh my gosh, and they just champ, you just left me a big old loogie. What are you doing, buddy? Yeah. Hang on. Oh yes, you guys are bad. You guys are bad, bad dogs. Bad dogs. Hang on. You guys want to see them? Put a whatever in the chat if you want to see my dogs. Oh my gosh. Fuck. Okay. Hang on. I'm gonna hit the camera thing. Let me hit the camera thing. Stop. Ay, ay. Oh. Hang on. Hang on. No, no, don't move, don't move, don't move. Look. Ow. It's okay. Jinxie, stop. I'm trying to get a good. Woo! You guys suck. You guys really suck. Oh my gosh. Okay. You threw my phone on the floor. Oh, that's my Bluetooth. Now that's broken. Thank you. Okay. We're good friends. We're friends. I love you. You love me. Yeah, you do. Who's a good doggy? Oh God, this is why I get cats. Go over there. Oh geez. That was good stuff, guys. That was fun. You got you, you got to get a dog. You got to get a dog and get a cat too while you're at it too. Save a cat and a dog if you can. Save a cat and a dog if you can, please. I'm gonna get a cat here soon, but I gotta get these guys to grow up a little bit because they're pups and they're full of energy. Yes, they are pups. They're not old. The shepherd looking dog that you saw she's the oldest. She's only a year. The big boy, the big dude that's still like trying to lick my face right now. He's only 6 months old. So they're big dogs. They're big boys. So you know what, Scotto? I like big dogs. I like small dogs. Um a good time when at my house at one point I had two little dogs, a cat. I had a big dog in the back. Those are the best times. And I usually have them to the end of their life. Like I've had most of my animals until the end of their life. The only one, the only two of them that I haven't So far, and it sucks, but my poor Gordo that was with me this whole time, I left him in California, but luckily for me, my mom took a really strong liking to him, and he has a great home now. My mom is taking care of him, and he's happy. He's still the fat guy that he always been, and now he's even happier because he's got my mom, and my mom is so sweet on him. So I'm happy that he's over there. And now I got these two big boys. Well, actually, one's a girl, the other one's a boy, and it's always fun to have dogs. You should always, like, if you can, save a dog, save an animal. They're the best. They're always here. I love you. I love you. I love you too. You're a bad boy, though. You're a bad boy. We're gonna have to talk about it later. I'm being nice because I'm on the live, and I don't want nobody to think that I'm mean to my doggies. Why do you guys go? Is the question. Why do you do that? You know that it's cold out there. I don't know why you do it. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, I love you too. I love you too. Oh, I bet you love wiener dogs. I bet you love wiener dogs, Guadalupe. Oh my goodness. That was too much fun, guys. Well, I don't know what do you guys want to do? What do you guys want to do? Anybody want to come up on the live stream or do something? Because really, um, I didn't want to go too long. I was actually hoping to do a live on Saturday, but like I said, I promised my brother that I would go with him to go see his wife and his kids on Saturday, and so I won't be doing any lives. So everybody knows Jerry's not going to be around, so you guys can have all the panels you want. Freedom panels for everybody with no Jerry to jump on them. So just so everybody knows, okay. Saturday, no live. Probably Sunday, no live either. Lots of football. Lots of football to watch. So probably not going to do that either. So I probably won't be back until Monday. So this is the time. This is the time, guys. If you guys got something to do, something you want to talk about, whatever, come on up right now. This is the time of the season. But if not, I get it. You guys don't have to, and God bless you if you don't. Um, but yeah, if I could sum up everything. Oh, Scotto, the real life stuff has been so, like, it's been rough. It's been a rough year. I'm not gonna lie. I started the year okay, and I must have hit rock bottom sometime in June, but I'm coming back, and I'm doing fine, and I'm looking hopeful for the new year. Um, I'm over the moon of all the support that I've gotten, and I feel so appreciative of everybody. So I'm like I'm just happy. I'm happy, and I hope that I can get done. I hope I can get done all the stuff that I'm talking about because I really do want to do all those lives. I hope I'm able to do the lives that I said I want to do with MSG, with Tats, with SV, and I hope that I can do with that the live with Nurse Lupe and Scotto. We gotta do one of our foodie ones again and get ourselves all hungry. You know what I mean? We gotta do it. We gotta do it, man. So please, whenever you get the chance, we gotta coordinate it because I gotta get that foodie live with you. I might even, you know what? I was thinking, because Coded, I was on his live and I was telling him that Salvadorians make a turkey sandwich that's delicious. So I'm gonna talk to my aunt on Saturday, and maybe if things work out well, I might be able to do that on the live. I'm working out. I got a nicer kitchen, and Scott, I sent you the pictures. So it's gonna be, like, I got a nicer kitchen to work with. When I used to tell you guys that I was cooking, I had an ugly kitchen and I didn't like showing it. So now that I got a nicer kitchen, um I'll be more than happy to show you guys some of the stuff that I cook. And since I told Cody that I was going to get that recipe, I might as well do that first to start off. It's a turkey sandwich that Salvadorians make. It's delicious, guys. It's delicious, and hopefully it helps the way have a little spice or a little change to your holiday cooking or whatever. Um, so I'm gonna try to do that. And Scotto, it's not an apartment. It's a big old house. I am like I said, I can't be more appreciative of the company that's taking me on. They believe in me so much that it's like it's oh my gosh, I feel so good being a part of it because it's like, dude, I mean, to do this much for somebody has been amazing. Like I can't I couldn't ask for more, you know. I'm just like that's why like that test that I took today. I've been studying for it. I've been getting ready for it, and I took it today, and I think I'm gonna say that I think I passed at a 75, at a 75%. But I will share the results when I get it back on Monday. Hopefully they let me print it out or whatever, or I'll take a picture of it or something. But 75%, I believe I got the 75% because the passing grade is 70. They told us 70% and you pass. So 75%, I believe that's what I got on this test. I still got my fingers crossed. Won't know the results until Monday, but we'll let you know. I'll let you know. Oh, no, and I get it too. No, I absolutely get it because it's like everything is a loft or an apartment, right? When I lived in downtown for a little bit, there was no houses, you know. It was everything was a loft or an apartment. So I get it, Scotto. It's not even a big deal. I don't think you know what I don't think I don't know if I don't know if they'll give me the whole exam because we've already taken a few the last one that we took where they showed us the percentages like on whether we passed or not. They just kind of like give you like a little screen that says you passed, and then it has like a circle with a little green mark, and if you passed it says the percentage, right? And then in the bottom it'll say look up questions, this, and that. Those are the ones you got wrong, and study them more or whatever. If so, I probably it won't be me giving up anything if I do post it, but I will be proud because that it's like I'm terrible at math, guys. I'm like I suck at math. For somebody who likes to cook, I suck at math. But it's like I just like when they were talking about what I need to know as far as like the little equations that I need to have for the stuff that I'm doing. I figured I should know this because it's like basic algebra. It's not like we're not talking about like algebra 2 or like calculus or anything. It's like it is algebra, but it's like more in the integers type of like where you're learning negatives and positives and shit like that. So it's not that big of a deal. But it does get a little like weird when you get into like those little formulas and stuff. But I did it, and I think I did it right. I mean, I remember all the things in class and some of the stuff that I refreshed on, so I think I did good. It's like a test for I don't want to give it too much, but put it this way: I'm going to be working in a place where counting is important, and there's a lot of like it's a lot of digital numbers, right? And a lot of the computer's going to do most of the work, but I guess they want to know that I'm able to do it without the computer. I guess that's the whole point of it, because that's basically what my trainer said. My trainer said, you doing the actual work on the math is going to be very, very, very light. You're not going to really have to do too much of it, but it's a competency, I guess. I'm not. I can't tell you why the test is done exactly. Like I just know that it's the first time I've had to use that kind of math in a long time because the only time I learned it was in school. I like the type of math that I've seen mostly is geometry, right? With measuring and shit like that. Like that's the type of math that I learned in school that I believe I've seen more of than say like algebra, right? I've never had to do an algebra equation, and this is the first time I've ever had to use algebra. But it's mostly because this is the type of job that I'm getting into has a lot to do with numbers and counting and stuff like that. So I just gotta suck it up and do it, right? So I'm doing it, and I'm hopefully I get out on the other end of this. But like I said, we'll see. I'm hyped up. I'm hyped up both because of the nervousness of me taking the test, and also because I must have drank. I think I drank the largest monster I've ever drank in my life so far. You guys, have you guys seen these monsters? Like, um, there's the Monster Energy drink, right? That has the green can, and I don't know if everybody has seen it. You got the green can, right? And then you got another can that's a little bigger that has like a weird top, right? Well, this can that I bought was huge, and it had like a weird tab on it. When you open it, it goes, and I was all like, "Whoa, am I opening up a canister here?" But I pounded the crap out of that monster. I drank it. I drank it till it was done, and then I loaded up on the coffee. So I'm wired. I'm like, I'm all over the place right now. Like, uh, these dogs don't have a chance right now because I'm super energized. Um, you drink Monster Zeros? There's a monster that I can't find anymore that I used to love when I used to work in a casino a while back ago. It was this coffee monster that was kind of reminded me of those what is it it's the, it's in the tip of my tongue. What the hell is it? Um the Starbucks coffee. It's like a Starbucks Frappuccino, but it's a monster. And I used to love that one. I would pound it and be energized and still feel good like I drank a coffee. It was really good. Yeah, I know mechanics, right? And it's like it's one of those things where I tell people all the time, like, when do you use algebra, right? Like, when do you use it? But fucking slap me in the face because obviously I had to use it as a grown up now. So again, I apologize to all my public school teachers. I said that I never had to use algebra. I was wrong. I was so wrong. I'm so sorry. So sorry. You do the tea with the honey. I'm about to do what Coda was talking about. I'm about to make some cinnamon tea right now. Hell yeah. I'm about to get my tea on. My tea on. That's probably gonna calm me down just a little bit. I need that. And I'm probably gonna smoke a bowl too. But I decided not to smoke my bowl before I got on this live. For the main reason that I needed to keep my dogs calm, because usually I can't keep them calm when they know I smoked weed. I don't know why. They're starting to get smart to that. They're like, we can smell the weed. He's gonna be calm. Let's cause destruction now. Well, what do you drink for energy, Scott, or you just got natural energy? Because you might be like my friend, this one girl who just like is naturally peppy all the time, so she doesn't drink any type of energy drink. I mean, she'll drink coffee here and there, but like she hardly ever drinks any kind of energy drink. But she's always like, baby, 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 baby. Yeah, that's the one. I can't find it anymore. Like, I don't know if they discontinued it, but I have not been able to find it, Burns. Like, I literally have been like looking for it and I have not been able to find it. Now I haven't really hit any liquor stores around here. Hopefully when I do they have it, and I'll be back in heaven because I haven't seen it in a long time. Yeah, and you should. I only drink it like energy drinks and coffee and anything that gets me up. I usually only drink it when I work. Like right now, the training sessions because well, I should let you know. The place that I'm going to be working at is a new location, so they're building it, and a lot of the classes that they're doing right now for training for different job types, they do some in the morning, they do some in the afternoon, they do some at night. Unfortunately, the one that I'm training for, they do at night, and also because my shift is gonna be the graveyard, so I have to go in during the graveyard shift, and I do these things for the graveyard shift. And so that's the only time that I really do drink these things. I don't really use them on like when I'm up during the day because I'm a morning person. I'm a person that can wake up like at 5 in the morning if I'm on a regular schedule. I don't need to I don't need to really energize myself because usually the sun will do it for me, or or just my activity, right? Like if I have to do things, I usually don't feel sleepy because I have things to do. I usually just start getting real sleepy if I'm sitting, if I'm not doing much, right? That's the only time I get sleepy. I don't get sleepy if I got things to do. So I don't really use it that way. Um I know some people just need it. I don't know. I see some people like my neighbor, my ex neighbor had a can of Red Bull in his hand almost all the time. So I don't know what that's about. But yeah, I try to keep myself from doing that. You never had a monster? Wait, GMK. You never had you've never had a monster. You're bullshitting me. You're being facetious. You're being facetious right now. That's what you're doing. Because come on, man, you see monsters everywhere. They even have refrigerators that have nothing but monsters. What are you talking about, GMK? You're messing with me right now. You're lying. You're lying. I don't believe you. Oh, Burns, man, no sugar, no cream. I don't know, man. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could do that. Like I have drank coffee with nothing, like but I don't know, man. Even the coffee has to be flavored for me. Maybe I'm a bitch for that. Maybe I can. Maybe I is. I should be like I should be more tough and like a man and just like drink like fucking Colombian brew, fucking straight into like not don't even filter it. Like just heat up the beans and then let's pour whatever the fuck comes out. But it's like I can't, bro. I gotta have a creamer. Oh, what a bitch! I gotta have a creamer. Sometimes I gotta have a little flavored creamer. You know what I mean? Like you get the little one, little hazelnut. You know what I'm saying? Throw it in there. Like I don't know, man. I couldn't do. But all respects if you could do it. You know what I mean? All respects if you could do it. I can't. I can't do coffee like that, man. I mean, I will say I can't do coffee if it's not either heated to its maximum level or cold. Like, don't give me lukewarm coffee. I'll fucking spit that shit out. I don't like lukewarm coffee. It has to be fucking piping hot or it has to be cold. Like one or the other. No, nothing in between. Oh well, dude. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? You say you never. What is a monster? What do you want me to say to that? You could have said I've seen it before, but I've never had it. But dude, you said what is a monster? What is that? Are you guys eating like a? Is this like a big like thing that you hunt down and then you drink it, or what do you mean? That's what I heard when I read your comment. What do you want me to do with that? What do you want me to do with that? What's this world coming to? uh, yeah, yeah, you should. I mean, they. Oh, you're. Huh? Have you had Cuban coffee, Burns? Cuban coffee. That you might, dude. Cuban coffee is one step away from just snorting a line of coke. I'm not gonna lie. It's like Cuban coffee. If you ever needed a safe way to get yourself wired without actually like doing coke, Cuban coffee. Do that. You'll go nuts. Yeah, man. No, and have you seen the machine that they use to make the Cuban coffee? Like, dude, I must have been like a Wonka thing or something. Because like, I asked for a Cuban coffee one time at this place called Tierra Mia. I don't know if you guys have any around there where you stay at, but in California we have the Mexican Starbucks, which is called Tierra Mia, and they have this machine that makes the Cuban coffee, and they like it like goes. And then when they hit the little switch, it comes out like just like this little bit of steam, and then all of a sudden a drip just hits, bam, and it hits the cup, and all it is this like this tiny cup with coffee in it. It's like just this little tiny cup, and that's enough. That's enough to get you like woo. You're like chewing all your way through whatever night thing you're doing. I haven't found one around here, but the minute I do, if I ever need to stay up, that's exactly where I'm going. That's one of the best coffees you can get if you want to be up. Taste wise, I wouldn't say it's a great tasting coffee. I really put a lot of sugar into that too. I never flavor it though because it's not big enough where you see like I said, I like my coffee to be hot. So sometimes when you're flavoring it with like a creamer, with other shit or whatever, it'll get lukewarm. And I fucking hate lukewarm coffee. I really hate lukewarm coffee. Italian espresso, huh? Interesting. I want to rock, rock. I want to rock. Well, guys, I guess since nobody wants to come up and I'm close to 2 hours, and yesterday I did 5 hours with Ben. Oh, five. It was a good conversation and it kept going. I didn't really feel the 5 hours until we got towards the end, but I think it's good. I'm probably just gonna have to chop it up because it's really, really freaking long. And I know when people look at things like 5 hours, fuck this, you know what I mean? So I may need to chop that up. I may need to do something with that because it was a really good conversation. So yeah, I think I'll stop it. I think I'll stop it now. Again, I'm glad you guys are here. All support to going after Wrangler. Fuck you, Wrangler, and your fucking bullshit. I hope that fucking you go to jail soon. Um, and you know, I'm here, guys. Like I'm gonna start doing more. Hopefully, I can get MST on here and get him to start doing lives. I really want MST to do lives. You guys don't know. He's so like disheartened by how things went, and he needs support. He needs to be backed up. He's a good guy. He's a real good guy. But yeah, uh, that's all I gotta say about that. Thank you, Lupe. Thank you, GMK, Burns, McAddicts, Bandit, MSG retired. Uh, all the people who are here, Scotto, of course. Always fun with you, Scotto. Always fun. I see you all around, man. I love your memes, bro. Keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. You're an amazing person. Thank you. Thank you for being around. And everybody else, I hope everybody has a great weekend. I'll see you guys on Monday. I'll let you know how the test went. And let's get out of here, right? uh, I was thinking about what the outro song should be, and I was thinking about doing something hardcore like DMX or something. But you know what? The 112 was hitting me real good right now, so I think I'm gonna do Peaches and Cream for Guadalupe. So here we go. All right, guys. Thank you for showing up. I hope you all have a good weekend. And here's Peaches and Cream from. Would you stop, phone? Leave me alone. My phone is just going nuts right now. uh, yeah. So after this, Peaches and Cream from 112. Everybody, uh, get on good music. Love you guys. Buenas noches, buenos dias, wherever you guys are at. Hope you guys are doing. I'll see you around in the chats. Happy weekend.
Yes, the L, the I, the M. Let me tell you what I wanna do. Let me show you that I feel you. Wanna freak, wanna ride with you. Wanna kiss, wanna put my lips all over you. Can't get enough of you. Always thinking of you. So sweet, I can't forget. So good, girl, you make me sweat. What I'm talking about. Oh, that's right. Know what I mean? Peaches and cream. Girl, you taste so good to me. I never thought that I would be so addicted to you. On top, underneath, on the side of you. Better yet, baby, right next to you. Let the way you just flowing down, and I can feel it all around. In the front, in the back of you. Ooh, I love the smell of you. Girl, you know what I'm talking about. Know what I mean? Peaches and cream.
where we from the A. Just shout it, we don't play. So all the ladies in the house, if you put your hands in the air, represent your hood. So, looking at me, I can tell by your eyes that you feel me, and I really want you to get close to me. So would you dance with me, dance with me? Drop tops in the parking lot, and I wanna take you back to my spot, but we still got a little more time to rock. So would you dance with me, dance with me?
I can see you over there, just chilling with your girlfriends. Can't believe you're by yourself. You should be with me, chilling with me, drinking with me, freaking with me. Oh, 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 yeah.
Looking at me, I can tell by your eyes that you feel me, and I really want you to get close to me. So would you dance with me, dance with me?
See my drop tops in the parking lot, and I wanna take you back to the spot, baby. Oh,
Time to rock. So would you dance with me,
I
dance with me?
can't. That's right, girl. You are so tasty, tasty. Oh, girl, you taste so good to me. Oh, I did it 'cause you know that I'm a fiend. Getting freaky in my Billy limousine. Know what I mean? Peaches and cream. I did it 'cause you know that I'm a fiend. Getting freaky in my Billy